Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Eric,
And I'm Ty.
and we are ShantottoCast.
Sadly, it's our final episode once again. I'm sick of the housing market, so I'm going to seek out and live with Mothman, if he'll have me.
Final Fantasy, one of the coolest RPG series ever thought up. It's historied, loved, and best of all, full of awesome males. You could call Final Fantasy Hot Hunk Heaven because there's such a mess of very handsome and powerful guys that make you love the franchise even more.
We've been inspired to make a top 10 list of the most beautiful male Final Fantasy characters. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice, and try not to reach through the screen because here we go!
Number 10. Try this one on for size. Who protects his friends and follows Angeal around? Well, Zack, of course. While more of a cutie than a hottie, you can't deny the fact that he's attractive. Two things that make him attractive are the fact that he wears a sleeveless sweater, and have you ever seen someone with such big spiky hair? I haven't. So once again, Zack is lovely. That is, until he starts chopping everyone up with his big buster sword.
Who's at number 9? It's this lunar paladin, Cecil, from Final Fantasy IV. He doesn't do much, but tells people to stop fighting and focus on saving the world. The real reason Cecil lands at number 9 spot is because he becomes Rosa's sweetheart, something Rosa needed for a long while.
Numero ocho, Sid Randell. He's attractive and the size of an average human father. What surprises me is that Lee Grimm poses as his wife as part of Mute's wish. Kinda silly, don't you think? He's another character that doesn't do much except help Marsh get to the palace to fight Lee Grimm and restore the world.
What's next? 7, of course. Bolthanos from Final Fantasy XII. People usually root for the good guys, but sometimes the bad guys steal the show. Bolthanos' power can rival that of a god. With his 2 very long and smooth wings that extend from his head to his calves and a rough beard, Bolthanos will rock your socks. If only we could see him take wing.
Numero 6, Tidus, the Blitzballer, from Final Fantasy X. Tidus is the son of Jecht and hails from Xanarkand. He's yet another joyous protagonist that has an adventure to save the world. In the end, he fights his dad and sacrifices himself to defeat Yu Yavan and pass into the far plane to stop ruin upon the land. When you're the son of the world's best Blitzballer, you need to look your best, and Tidus delivers perfectly. That's why he is number 6. And that laugh? Absolutely symphonic.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saz from Final Fantasy XIII. How can you go wrong with a guy who looks like this? He can deal almost as much damage as anyone else, and we went from being an airship pilot to Lassie fighter. Like Sid, he's more of a father figure than the other characters, and how can you top his great hair?
This male standing at number 4, Ifrit from Final Fantasy XV. 3 words, Astral of Fire. How would you like that elemental power? Ifrit can play around Grelea for hours, and he would be fine. Also, his horns make him look like a demon. I really like how he previously had a relationship with Shiva. The combination of firepower and the chilling ice made them a reliable couple, before the betrayal of humankind. But what really lands Ifrit in spot number 4 is that apparently his attitude is more different from the other males.
Next up is number 3. What's better than having spiky black hair? Having spiky black hair and a mullet. Gladio, another Final Fantasy XV character, has that feature. He's smart, knows exactly what to do as the King's Shield, and even trained with Corleones once. He's also Iris's big brother. Heh, lucky her. Later, after the time skip, he's downright hot. Just look at that mane. Now we're talking.
Number 1, 2, Button My Shoe. Hildebrand from Final Fantasy XIV. There's a lot to say about him. He's a master detective, Gulbert Manderville's first official son, one of the only males to be seen in a dress, smart and brave, the most human-like character, and his great partner to Nashu. In the questline, another detective, the intelligent Briardian, constantly tries to one-up Hildebrand, but doesn't succeed because, well, he sucks! Hildebrand is also a semi-perfect example as the love interest for the Warrior of Light, but there are a couple of times where he really went crazy. But overall, Hildebrand really stands out among the slew of males, not because he's the greatest detective in all of Eorzea or because he's Gulbert Manderville's son, but because he solved every single mystery presented to him, making him the detective protector of Eorzea. So you've seen an Astral of Fire, an Eggle, 2 handsome retainers, and even a prince.
Who could possibly top those kinds of males? Well, get ready, folks. This is the number 1 hottest Final Fantasy male character, Cloud Strife. If anybody denies it, how dare you? This soldier can fight, is as strong as Sephiroth and is a hot hunk who can talk people into getting what he wants. Instead of having just one love interest, he has two, Tifa and Aerith. Being a soldier, he's only interested in one object set, materia. There actually has been instances of Cloud looking hotter when he cross-dresses, but it eventually got censored. What a price to pay. What I love about this hunk is that he wears 3 different outfits, unlike the other male characters. And who wouldn't want to adventure across the landscape and be as strong as Alexei Nemov and flirt with any female, anytime, anywhere? These 3 traits make Cloud's triumph over all the other males. My hat goes off to you, Square Enix team. You ought to be proud.
There you have it, folks. Those were the hottest male hunks in the Final Fantasy universe. We're hoping you enjoyed it. Happy April Fool's Day, and we'll see you later.
What are you guys doing?
Hey, what? What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Numero ocho, Sid Randell. He's attractive and the size of an average human father. What surprises me is that
Lee Grimm.
Hang on, Tyler's trying so hard not to laugh.
I literally caused a cramp in myself. It's just average human father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, 2, Button My Shoe. Hildebrand from Final Fantasy 13.
We say 14.
It's the only one Tyler cares about, Kim.
I fucked up.
The only Final Fantasy you like.
Final Fantasy 14, something free up to level 20, something free DLC, Bunny Girl's hot. Buy it.
Level 60.
Bunny Boy's hot. Next up is number 3. What's better than having spiky black hair? Having spiky black hair and a mullet.
You know who else has a mullet after a time skip? Zach.